my own journey of just adventuring and finding other forms of music that I love as well, like reggae, gospel, the blues, R&B, soul, funk. Like, learning, back in the day when you used to buy albums, you would read the credits, and if they sample a song, they have to give, in the credits, they give you where the song comes from. So you're like, I love this sample so much. Let me find out. Oh, this is the Funkadelic. Oh, this is James Brown. Oh, this is, John Coltrane. Oh, this is, Miles Davis or Sammy Davis Jr. Like, it's just random people that I didn't know about, and I just took it upon myself to like search. And I was heavy in buying CDs and tapes. I was too. Making my own mixtapes off the radio, or buying the album like the first day it come out. Didn't nobody really have any money like that, but I would hustle and just find my way to buy CDs. Well, like, I got the new Jay-Z, I got the new Busta Rhymes. Like, you want it, I got the tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my beginning journeys of like music. I used to learn like my address, my telephone numbers. I would have to learn in a rhythm to remember and
2, 4, 3.
Right, yeah.
F.
Honestly, like that. It's like, that's how my mom taught me as well. So yeah.
That's amazing, man. My first hustle in high school was CDs too. It was mixtapes.
Mixtapes, yeah.
Just selling albums
mixtapes.
I had people that like tag me on Facebook like, yo, Noodles, I still got it. And it's like from 99, it's like from 94, 95. And there's one kid, my friend Pat, he literally bought 15. And he's like, yo, man, I got every volume. So I would literally roll up. I would print the songs from Winamp.
Yeah.
And you could print the songs
on the CD.
Oh, not even. I would just print all my songs that I would download, and people would be like, okay, I want the Foxy Brown, I want the Britney Spears, I want the DMX, the DJ Clue. And I'd be like, all right, 15 songs, $15. And that's how I got my Jabot pants. That's how I got my Sean John.
Right, exactly. That's how you
got my Mark Echo hoodie, my blue and yellow one.
Pay for your suits for prom and school, and save up for some money to get a car. Like, I will find a way. I used to cut grass. Like, that was your first
hustle?
Was like my first. Yeah, kind of sort of my first hustle. That and like cleaning. Like, I was real good at like cleaning houses or whatever like that. Like,
nice.
I wouldn't.
Hubby material right here, man. Ladies.
Yeah, man. So that was like my first hustle, doing that, trading cards, like
kind of Magic,
like
Pokemon?
No, like
basketball?
Sports.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Magic Johnson. Like,
I
used to have all. Like, my father passed it down. I don't know where he got it from, but he like passed it down to me, and I still got them.
Nice.
But yeah, I used to do that too.
It was weird. I was so sentimental as a kid with the cards. I would just keep them all. I'd be like, oh, I remember I made a trade. I got a Kevin Garnett rookie from my friend Paul for it was like this Spider-Man hologram card. And I was like, it was like the only trade I ever made in cards. Like, I was always like, I kind of wanted to keep everything.
I made one, and it was two, but I regret it. It was the dumbest.
It wasn't Kobe.
Card. No, it wasn't Kobe. It was Joe Montana. Not his rookie season, but the season when he first won the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I had that, and I traded it because I hated San Francisco so much. And I traded it for something so weak, man. It was so weak. I know it was nowhere. Like, you know how you do something and you thinking, oh, it's cool. And then you walk off, you like, why I do that? It was one of them joints. To this day, I regret it. And the dude knew what he was doing. I didn't. I'm like, I can't stand San Francisco. And I look back on it like, what an idiot, man. Idiot.
He probably hit you with the, you sure, man? Making it seem
no,
like...
he was just grinning the whole time. It was like, word? All right, cool, man, thanks. Grinning, walking away. I'm like, yeah. I get in the house. Damn. Stupid. That was the only thing that I, like, regret.
Did you ever have Pogs?
No.
You never had Pogs?
I never had Pogs, but I had one of my best friends. No. One of my best friends had them joints. When I moved to Maryland for like a year when I was younger, like 9 or 10, and one of my best friends in the class, he introduced me to it. I didn't know what the hell it was, but it was a huge thing. I to this day, it was kind of like sports cards, but just Pogs. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like the metal Pog with the
slammer,
and the hologram, like the little 3D Pog. That was like the king of the Pogs. I remember those, but I never had one.
Okay. I had a era of Pogs.
Yeah, he was like the Pog king back then. Like everyone challenged him. I don't even know how it was. I guess was it a game that you played?
So you would put them face down because you wouldn't want to hit them with the slam or the face down. So you'd hit them. They would upside down, and then the ones that flipped over and their face up, whoever would keep those. So I wouldn't even play that either. I'm like, wait, I just bought all these Pogs, and you're just gonna slam them once, and you get to keep them. Like I was like, no, I'm just gonna show you.
He was the king of that joint. I forgot his name, but he was one of those kids that like had everything. Like you remember the Sega video game with the vest, and they recalled him because of the pains and they was getting. He had that.
Really?
And like this was when Mortal Kombat was like crazy. Oh, man. You know, I ain't had no video games. I think I had like PlayStation later on in life, but this is the time when Sega was like.
Sega was everything.
Was everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was pretty much it.
I had to fight for Mortal Kombat because when it came out, I was 8. So imagine being 4th grade asking, and it was the first game that ever got a rating. It was the first game that ever said, this is a rated
of the blood
17R. And my mom's like, no, David, this is it says, look, 17. I'm like, come on, but I saw Halloween the other day. And I'm like, oh, wait, why'd I say that?
Remember the movie?
Halloween? Or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, of course.
That movie was horrible. But I like that song, though. I was that much of a geek. Yes, I requested that song during the skate ring. Can you play the Mortal Kombat song, please? At 8 o'clock, with like girls looking, you like this? I'm the only one on the ring skating. It's bad, man.
So where did you come up when you grew up?
I'm from Newport News, Virginia. That's where I grew up.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I learned a lot today. So as far as my first hip hop shows, battles that I've lost or won, my first groups, everything, the songs that I wrote back when I was in high school and middle school, learning how to freestyle with my friends, like it all of those memories are in Newport News, Virginia, man. That's where I'm from, 757.
757, nice.
Shout out to everybody from Virginia that's actually watching. A lot of them been tagging me, so I thank you for watching and tuning in.
Shout out, yeah. And my good friend C, he's from the 434. I don't know what part of Virginia that's from, but he's from the 434.
That's around Harrisonburg.
Okay, got you.
If I'm not mistaken, I had a few friends that went to that. I don't think if it's Jameson University, but I know that's Harrisonburg.
Okay,
I know that in the mountains.
Got it.
I've drove there before. I'll never do it again, but I did it. It was too expensive, man. I was still a teenager back then when I did that.
So yeah, just kind of throwing it back a little bit. We played some of the tracks, and we're kind of remembering some times back in the day.
Yeah.
When did you pick up the mic, and when did you know the mic that was your path? That
was a good question. I started rapping or writing rhymes or poetry at the age of 9. That's when I started to do my thing as far as creating music, but not really letting no one hear it. It's just like working on my craft, and like my problem was flow. Trying to work on my flow. Like I always had the lyrics or content. It was just like my flow was just weak at the time.
Got it. So
it wasn't until I was like 14 when I was like, yeah, I got something. And when I performed in front of my peers, you know what I'm saying, they gave me the confidence to keep going. And when I got that bug, it was the live performance, which really got me like, I want to do this. It really wasn't like, it was the money. The money was cool, but that wasn't the motivator. It was like, I can make a living doing this. It wasn't, I could be a millionaire. It was like, I can make a living doing this. I got to do it. It was just chasing that high of going on stage and having that energy from the crowd, if they like it, and you getting off and receiving that love. That's the high to this day that I continue to chase.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't explain it. Like that's the high that I chase every time I perform.
Could you bring us back to that first performance? Where was it?
Yeah, I actually got booed.
Really?
I got booed because my mic was off. It was this our high school, we had a talent show called Woodside Live. My high school was Woodside High School back in Newport News, Virginia. So we had a Woodside Live. This was my first time coming out rapping. People didn't know I really rapped like that because I kept to myself. I had braids back then. They were probably a little skimp. I already got a big head, so that, you know, that just looks weird. But other than that, like we had a group called Infamous. Yes, and I know, ladies and gentlemen, Infamous is Mobb Deep. I know. That was the biggest argument that we had. Like, yo, we can't do that, man. It's Mobb Deep. People gonna think we're trying to steal from Mobb Deep. But so we took the I off of it and just put in Famous. So it's like, okay, this is a little different. So we really represented the hip hop culture. Like, we had everything but a DJ. We had break dancers, we had singers, we had rappers. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't have a DJ in the crew like that.
Nice.
But yeah, that was our first, and I think the school still has the tape. That was our first performance, even though I got booed because, like I said, I'm performing my heart out. I didn't know my mic was off until somebody from the football team was on the side. It was like, yo, get off stage, yo. Your mic is off. I didn't even know. So I got booed, but honestly, that gave me more confidence to go back out and prove myself the following year.
How old were you during that performance? You said high school?
14.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, 14, 15, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough age. You're like going through puberty, your voice
is changing.
What it is. Yeah.
I'm still going through my voice changing, and like I had braces, I think. I still had braces.
We all went through that.
Yeah, and you know, acne or whatever like that.
Yep,
I didn't have bad acne, but I had like one of those, if it comes back, it's like, yo, why now?
Got it.
One of them type joints. But yeah, that was my first time. But honestly, like I said, even though I got booed, it just gave me the confidence to come back stronger.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So
bringing it, thinking about that, when was the first time you ever? How did you get in the studio the first time? Was it?
That was difficult too. That was when I learned about flow, timing, coming in on beat, and even though I didn't have a problem doing that live, because I was always able to do that live in the cypher or whatever like that. But it was like when it comes to you're in the booth and it's quiet and it's like 5 people and they looking at you and you see that red button that says record, and you're like, yo, and it's it was a different. It took me damn near 3 hours.
Wow.
Because there's so many takes, and I didn't know. This is a song I did. It was called "Turn It Up." It was a dope. Like I said, the content was there, but that's how I learned how to record a verse between a hook. How how you enter in a hook to make people know, okay, this is the hook. Flowing, ad libs, and background vocals, stacking if you want to do that. Mix and mastering. I didn't know about that. I was so ignorant. I was just thought, okay, it's done. It was like, no, we gotta mix this. Then we got if mixing, then we gotta master. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't know nothing about it. So that was my first time, and it was actually at the barbershop that I was currently going to. They had a studio there. Oh,
got it.
And yeah, that's how I learned how to record. Yeah, man, that was my first like studio session. It was difficult.
It's really cool.
Yeah, man, it was dope.
So you go in the studio. You start recording.
Yeah.
You're working with Infamous at the time.
Yeah.
When was, thinking a little bit back more, like when was the first time you put out something? Was it just a song? Did you put out a whole project? When did you kind of introduce yourself?
It was songs back then.
Got it. Were you releasing them on SoundClick or MySpace? How are you releasing? How did people get them?
Honestly, this is before MySpace, I think, or before I got into social media like that. We were still doing like the groundwork, like handing out CDs.
Nice.
So we would come up with a compilation album. Once again, it would be R&B or soul, and it would be hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle, cypher type songs, or we all collab, like do a whole. Like a Wu-Tang crew song. Like have someone sing on the hook, then the rappers come in. So it was one of those that I got the experience of putting that album together. And we recorded it all in high school, like after school, ask a teacher, are you staying after? You mind if we record while you working in the classroom? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we would just sneak and find an empty classroom that the door was unlocked and record until the security guard was like, all right, y'all need to go. So that was my first beginnings of it was always a crew thing. It was always putting together a crew album. I was always like a team player until like maybe I got after high school when I noticed a lot of people that was in the crew just stopped or they got into other things. And I was still serious, at the time. So it was just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do my own thing then. Like I'm just not gonna stop. So that was like after high school, like, I can't remember. My first solos, I think it was like 06.
06, okay.
05, 06. Somewhere around there.
So I'm just trying to catch us. So you said you would leave class and then go record. Where did you go record?
In the classroom.
In the classroom?
We had my homie
computer lab?
Nope. We would my homie Sterling, he would have this tape deck.
Got it.
I forgot the name of it. The machine. We would just find tapes. If I buy tapes like Maxwell tapes, or he'll find a tape, dub over it, and I find like a cheap plastic mic with the cord in it to everybody be quiet. We record, and that's how we would like literally do songs. Like honestly, in the classroom, like even from skits to like I would learn all. Even though we were having a good time, but when I sit back and think about it now, I learned a lot doing that. Just recording on tapes and then dubbing it, then putting it on a CD. You know what I'm saying? And being quiet because we didn't have soundproof. So it was like everybody, you're like, all right, you laughing too much. You got to get out because you got to record this song. Like that was my early beginnings.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we ain't had no money like that. So
that's amazing. Yeah, so
man.
Yeah, by any means necessary.
Exactly. By any means necessary. Even if it was recording at practicing at someone's crib, or was it practicing in the lunch hall. You know what I'm saying? We would do our shows or practice our show in the hallway if we got kicked out, or in the lunch room, and we would draw a crowd. So a lot of people would, well, a lot of dudes I would say would hate me, like we corny, we this, we that, and the third. But it was like at the same time, we would get a lot of attention from the girls. So if the girls come, dudes going automatically, what's going over here? All the girls showing up, So that was our like confirmation, like, okay, we got something.
Got it.
Even if it's not all of us, somebody or something in the group is working, so we gotta keep at this. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we had like people who wasn't even doing music just want to be around. So we just knew we had something.
That's amazing. So you're in high school, you're recording, you're working with Infamous.
Yeah.
Time's flying. You're recording, you're making tracks, or people know about you in the local vibe. How did you get over to New York City?
Well, I went to, make a long story short, or a long story even longer, after college, not college, after high school, I did my first solo. I'm still doing shows. I met two older cats in the area that been doing their thing for a minute. One was by the name of Guy K.E., and the other one was Mike Buckets, the producer. They just found me in the studio just working, once again, taking so long on a song. And they saw something in me, and they took me under their wing. And they put me on to a lot of things as well. So I was just doing shows with them, or, they would travel. I can't make it, so I give them my CDs. Hey, Ninth One is going to be in Baltimore, or the Justice League. Oh, I can't make it. Well, give them my CD and, let me know when y'all come back. It was things like that. But I went to school. I decided to go to school. I had to get away from Newport News, Virginia, because there wasn't a lot of opportunity for me to grow.
Got it.
It was a lot of opportunity to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But as far as growing as a young black man, especially in the city, or just in the city, period, it wasn't a lot of opportunity. So I went to college. I went to St. Augustine's University in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Got it.
It was either there. I was going to go to University of Virginia, and my mom was like, how you getting there? I was like, well, I guess I'm not going there. And I had to take the SAT again and didn't have any money to do it. I actually talked to the director, the dean of the business, in charge of business degree, and he was like, "Oh, you got to just take it again." And I was like, "Man, I don't got enough." So I went to community college, Thomas Nelson, 1 semester. That was a tough because my father passed away from sickle cell anemia like a month after I graduated high school. Then I went to college, only did a semester. I got straight A's, but I had like $5 in my pocket. So I had to take off for a year. Yeah. Then I went to St. Aug. And I went to read one of the main reasons why I went to Raleigh, North Carolina was to meet Ninth Wonder.
Nice.
That was my whole, like, not get signed by him, but if I could just talk to him, if I could get some type of gem or some type of game from him, like, that's who, like, I wanted to meet. He actually came on the campus one time. So upset. I was on the way. Either I was going to class or coming from class. And he had this truck. So he's driving. And he had the window down. He's driving. And I screamed, "Yo, Ninth Wonder." And he looked back. But I guess he had a class to go to. Or maybe he went to the radio station. I never forget. I was like, dang, I got to get to class. Like, he just kept rolling. So ever since then, I'm like, all right, I'm here for a reason. Like, that gave me confirmation. Like, I'm close enough. So I just kept at it, just promoting the first solo album that I did, which really wasn't that great, but it was like I had a few tracks, a few songs that people really liked. So I just kept pushing that and just getting better in my craft, my flow, you know what I'm saying, all through college, and doing the talent shows, mostly on campus or any other campuses or community events. I was there. And eventually I finally met Ninth Wonder after I graduated from college. But I've always been to his like shows or with Jamla, where they were like first bubbling when Rhapsody first came. I think it was Return of the B-Girl was her first EP or her first album. And I remember I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, watching her grow, the whole Coolie High, all of that. And just to see that and be right there with it and watch it what it is now is amazing. Wow. And you can actually check me out. I'm on Rhapsody's music video, No Drama. I'm on that video. That's really cool. That's the night that I spoke with Ninth Wonder.
Wow.
And he gave me the last confirmation that I needed to move here. I already wanted to move here. I was going to move with a group of people. But, of course, when you wait on people, years go past. I'm like, all right, y'all not doing it. So either I'm going to take this leap of faith or I'm going to be stuck here and getting older and want to, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So that's what that was pretty much happened after I met Ninth. And I got it on, like, video. Someone recorded me and him having a conversation. I never posted it because it's like it was just, even though he was okay with recording it, but I just kept it to myself and, like, watch it when I'm, like, need to get focused. I just asked him one question,
Yeah, how'd that go?
Like, it was like, I think, how to get in the game or something like that. Something simple. And we talked for over 2 hours. He didn't have to do that. We on the set of Rhapsody's music video. He didn't have to set aside time to talk to me about the game and where I'm at and where I should go and give him my ideas and what, all of that. That was like over a 2 hour conversation. Wow. So to this day, I appreciate that. He didn't have to do that. So that's what led me here. 2016, I moved to New York. I was in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Damn, from VA to BK.
Yeah, man. But now I'm in the Bronx because Brooklyn is too expensive.
Now we're going uptown.
Yeah, uptown.
Where it all started.
Yeah, so where it all started. So that's one amazing. Of the first places I went to, too. I went to the building.
Where hip-hop started?
Where hip-hop started.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to do that, man. That meant a lot for me to go there to do that. So, yeah, man.
What a journey, man. So, you never really let go of the passion, what I really appreciate, because, we all go through the ups and downs. We all go through the moments where it's like we feel like we're about to break.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, the moment you feel like you're about to break, usually the moment after is when you have the breakthrough.
That happened to me.
Yeah.
2012, December. The beginning of 2012, I sent the email to this hip hop legend because he was starting a radio show or a radio station. It was Chuck D. I gave him my song. It was off the second EP that I did. It was called Beats and Rhymes. It was called Through the Bars. I'm like, I'm just letting him know what, and never heard from him again. And I'm like down, like, man. And I almost joined the Marines. I was going to join the Marines. Like, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this music thing's not working out. At the time, I was sleeping on one of my friends' couches. I was at a dead-end job, working at a supermarket. So it was just like these dudes approached me about joining the Marines, and I almost called them until one night, I think it was Thursday or Friday night, towards the end of the year, Chuck D emailed me back and was like, hey, I listened to the song. I like it. I'm going to play it back to back. I'm going to play it tonight and tomorrow night. Let the world know that I'm playing your song. Ever since then, that's what like jump started again, because I really was thinking about giving up. But hearing that from Chuck D, and hearing him say my name, where I'm from, read my bio, and telling me that I'm a solid artist to this day. Like, I haven't met him yet, but every time I hit him up on Twitter or send him an email to one of his assistants, it always gets back to me, and I appreciate that. So that's the biggest thing. That was my jump start, and like, okay, I got something. So definitely, I'm glad you said that. That was my like beginning. Like, okay, I need to move.
Wow.
Yeah.
We all go through it, whatever, we're all going through some sort of journey, whether we're working, whether it's a family member we're working with, we're helping, or they're helping, however it is.
Definitely.
So literally, man, I pray for everyone every night, regardless of what's going on or how I feel. I literally just say, yo, help everyone in the world.
Yeah, man.
Like, look after everyone, because everyone's dealing with, working with, trying to make something happen.
Something happen, regardless if it's music. You want to be a carpenter, an electrician, a train operator. You want to own your own business. It's a tough battle. It is a tough battle, but the smartest thing that you can ever do is not give up. Give up.
Yep.
Because I've seen so many people, and sometimes it's understandable, but I've seen so many people that I feel like it was better than me at music. I'm like, yo, you stop. What? Like, what made you? Certain people give me reasons, and I gotta understand it. Sometimes I feel down, like, dang, man, she was really talented. Like, what in her made her, whatever, and I always ask, so I won't get to that point. It's like, okay, what you do? What you had? Okay, all right. Make sure I don't get dead, so I won't, feel that way. But it's just every time something, an obstacle or whatever it is just something that makes me smile. It's like, yo, I have something. I don't know, I'm here for a reason. I'm doing this for something. So I can't give up now. I came too far just to come this far. You know what I'm saying? Just to only come this far and be like, well, it's a nice trip. And let me go back, to Virginia and do like, nah. I'm not doing that.
You really don't know until you keep going.
Until
I feel like
going.
I think I always say, things stop when you stop.
Exactly.
And I always say, of course, don't stop dreaming. And dreaming to me is doing the thing that matters to you. It doesn't have to be like this fantasy millionaire type thing.
It doesn't.
It's just whatever that thing is that matters to you. That's the dream, and don't stop. And it changes over time. You know what I mean? Like me, you may not even know me as someone who rapped. I did. I put out an album. I performed at a lot of spots. I hit the fork in the road, and I took the clothing community vibe instead. And people all the time, they're like, yo, what's up? What are you gonna do? I was like, just my mind is just working in this new way, and it's hard to jump into the so I say don't stop dreaming. People be like, well, you kind of stopped. I'm like, no, I kept dreaming. I just had a different dream. The dream changed a little bit.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, maybe it wasn't music and it was clothing, or maybe I didn't want to be a brain surgeon. Maybe just stick with, a foot doctor. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is.
Yep.
Keep dreaming and keep whatever you wanted it to do alive, because the moment you give up is the moment that the enemy celebrates, regardless of what that enemy it is. Because that's what they want you to do. Even on social media can be is sometimes the enemy's playground, because most of the people who look on your live or, you know, your stories and look at your pics. Some of them are just nosy, waiting for you to give up. They're waiting for you to stop. They're waiting for you to fail on your face so they can, you know, they don't even have to say anything, comment. These are just people who are just silent and just looking to see, okay, he's going to fail. He's going to give up something whenever that time is. This is why I'm following him. And, you know, and you get that. Or not even following, or just paying attention, you know, secretly watching you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, for the people who was watching, for people who was listening, whatever you got in your heart and you feel like you have a passion for, just continue to push until it happens, man. Until it happens.
I'm all for that, man. And what I've been seeing a lot lately is a lot of people that I've been talking to very overwhelmed, but doing 14 people's jobs. And what I've been trying to tell people, I'm like, it's okay to not do everything. It's okay to now not keep all the money.
Right.
But it's also okay to get more money because now someone's helping you make sales. And now someone's knocking on the doors. And now someone's doing the 10 hours of research. They gave you 10 more hours to do your sales. To make the sales in the city, selling the albums. Now they didn't have to be on Insta.
Right.
You have someone do and you may be like, well, I don't have the money, but it's like people like also say, I can't afford to pay for advertising. You can't afford not to.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd be like, okay, you make $50 and then watch how that 50 opens 5 hours of time for you to do something that makes you 100 to give that person 50. Bro. You keep you know what I mean? I've been trying to tell people like, don't worry, you don't have to do everything.
It's that simple. It's really that like, and the people, and that's why I'm like, where are your priorities? Because my thing is, they'll say that, but they got an iPhone. I can't afford it. They'll say that, and they got the new Nikes or new Jordans or the new Gucci or whatever. You smell them. They got the new, you know, Dolce Gabbana. It's like, okay, you got all this, but you can't put $10 in promotion on Facebook or paying someone to do this or taking the time and finding a team that really supports and believes what you do, and y'all trade off. Okay, you got a show this week. Let me help you post flyers. Let me repost your flyer. Let me talk about it. Let me do something to help you get to that next level.
Yep.
It doesn't take much to show love. It don't take that much energy to show love back. You know, to be supportive. It doesn't cost anything. I don't have to pay you $10 to, you know, watch or listen to Dave Noodle's radio show. It doesn't take, you know, I don't have to pay. It's free of charge. Like if I'm really, you know, like the show, I'm going to listen. I'm not going to be like, well, you know, I ain't getting paid. Or, well, I got to pay $5 just to listen. No, you just listen. If you really like it, do it.
Exactly.
Like, people, I think, sometimes love to complain.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But that kills me, though. I don't have the money. When you looking at them like, well, you look more rich than me right now with this outfit you got on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I believe in venting. I believe in, like, talking to someone you console in and being like, I don't get this. And they're like, no, you're good. Like, sometimes I don't even need the solution. The solution to me is someone just being like, you got this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, word.
Right.
And then it's crazy. And like life I used to think of like even being there for other people. I'm like, well, I got to give them the right answer. And then I like got so deep in the soul of it. And I'm like, actually like, wait a minute. These apply to me.
Right.
This person
may not
is maybe from a way different hood.
Exactly.
May have one parent, may have 3 jobs, may not have the 10 hours on Sunday the way I do.
Their story's different than mine.
So I'm like, what I've been changing it is just literally listening to everything.
Right.
My friends are going to hear this and be like, oh, they're going to be talking to me like, oh, he's just going to listen, not help. No, like I'll help, but literally just being there and like listening so people could get the weight off.
Right.
And then just being like, yo, you got this. And then if they ask you a question, provide the detail. Yeah. And then it's like, bro, I've found such clarity in it because it even works on me. Where I'm like, damn, nothing's working. Like, I don't even say nothing's working. I always try to figure out something. But like if I'm just stressed and I'm just talking to someone, or I'm like have to do something crazy and they're like, you got this. That's really all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, honestly, that's all you
I didn't want the map. I didn't want the
Right.
map to be like, well, first, David, on Wednesday you do this at 7, and
this is what you do on Wednesday after church at 8 p.m. Like, you don't need that. Like, all you need is, and I thank God for the people that I've met in New York, the artists, whether it's from acting or from music, producing or stylists, whatever. Like, I've met so many people that I love who tell me those things. Something, you got this. A simple, you got this. That's all you need to hear. Man, listen, man, I wrote this song. Yeah, I'm not liking it, man. It's not coming out good. Have you recorded it yet? No, I haven't recorded it. We'll record it, man. You got this. You know what? Hey, yo, you right, man. Let me record the song. Hey, you come back. Oh, man, this song is dope. This song is fire. You know what I'm saying? I just recently went through that because another thing about artists, like, we always, this stigma or this stereotype, like, everything we write is fire. Everything that, every song that I record is a hit. No, it's not. I record, like, the last album, the new album that I got out, A Voice for the Voiceless. I think I recorded over 30 songs just to get 10 or 11. And, you know, just to go through them and just to make sure these are the songs that I want. Those are 30 songs, or the other songs that I recorded, you probably would never hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, the average artist, depending on who they are, records about average like 30 to 50 songs, depending on how many songs they want in the album. So you got to think all those songs that did not get heard. It's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to record a bunch of records just to get the ones that we really want or really touch us the most, or we feel that is going to reach and grab those people, our fans. You know what I'm saying? So
it's real.
It happens. But yeah, all you need is that pat on the back, that encouragement, that push. Sometimes you don't need a step by step. You may already have the step by step, but what unlocks that step by step is another person pouring encouragement into you, saying, you got this. You know what you're doing. This is going to work out. Everything's going to be all right. Just do it, you know?
Yeah, it goes a long way.
It does.
It really does. And the album's great, man.
Thank you, man.
Anyone who doesn't have it, the name of it, The Voice for the Voiceless?
Yes, A Voice for the Voiceless, available on all streaming platforms right now. I got a new music video out. It's called Hardcore. My friends are in it from New York, so that's a blessing. And the director, man, he did his thing with the vision, with the vision that I had, and we came together. I got a new, the first single was called Be More, and I did a short film for that. And I want to announce this while I'm on the radio. It's currently now at 14,000 views. So nice. Thank you everyone out there who's been listening, who's been watching the short film. Thank you so much for sharing, liking, comment, whatever. It's currently at 14,000. So Hardcore is a little bit over. We're almost over 900. We're trying to get 20,000 to go for Hardcore. So, you know, you can check my YouTube out, Descendent MC on YouTube. And yeah, check it out, man. And the album's available everywhere. Shout out to, once again, I want to shout out to you, man, Dave Noodles, for
Thanks, bro.
Playing my album and giving me encouragement. Because we had a few. The funny thing, this is our first time meeting, but we had mad conversations before just about encouragement. And he's like, yo, yeah, you got it, man. I was like, I got it then. All right, cool. That's all I need. That's all I needed to hear. I appreciate that. And you know what I'm saying? Thank you once again for the opportunity, man.
We're gonna see like 40 more life coaches on Insta tomorrow. But it's all good. They got this.
They got this. They got this.
Yeah, man. I've been respecting the grind. That you keep it super professional.
Yeah, definitely.
And I always I peep game, and it's just been great to see the evolution of just meeting you about a year or two ago, and it's dope to see the album out.
Right. It was 2 years ago when I first.
That's crazy.
Damn, I just thought about that. You are one of the first people.
It's a long time coming, so I'm happy to have you here,
man.
So for anyone that may have not heard the album, I think it's only right maybe we drop a few bars for the people out there.
Yeah, let's do it.